What's up, curious minds? In today's video, we're going to deliver a dip into the world of smart cubes, comparing the TokTok cube with its predecessors and shading on the light and why it stands out in the market. The cube released in 2024, the TokTok cube, represents a leap forward in the smart cube technology. Building on the success of previous models, the cutting-edge device redefines what it means to interact with a cube. But what sets it apart? First and foremost, let's talk about the price. Surprisingly, the TokTok cube comes at a lower price compared to its predecessors. But don't let the price fool you. The TokTok cube boasts unparalleled quality and craftsmanship, built to withstand the rigors of solving and gaming. It is a testament to the XMAR's commitment to excellence, from its durable construction to its smooth, precise movements and turning. Every aspect of the TokTok cube exudes quality. So what sets the TokTok cube apart from the predecessor? The answer lies on its revolutionary improvements. Unlike the interdimensional updates seen in the previous release, the TokTok cube introduces groundbreaking features that redefine the cubing experience. One of the most notable enchantments in the advance of AI capabilities, powered by the cutting-edge algorithms, the TokTok cube learns and adapts in its user-solving style, providing personalized recommendations and challenges. This level of interaction and customization is unparalleled in the world of smart cubes. Furthermore, the TokTok cube seamlessly integrates with the XMAR's ecosystem, offering a range of innovative features and gaming experiences. Whether you're competitive against friends or embarking on solo challenges, the possibilities are endless with the TokTok cube. And let's not forget about the company behind the magic, XMARS. With a reputation for pushing the boundaries of innovation, they've once again raised the bar with the TokTok cube. From dedication to quality to their forward-thinking approach, XMARS continues to set the standard for smart cube technology. As we embark on the journey into the future of cubing, prepare to be amazed at the TokTok cube. With its unbeatable combinations of durability, quality, and innovation, it's supposed to revolutionize the way we solve and play. Join us as we unveil the secrets of the TokTok cube, the limited functions of technology, and the entertainment. Whether you're a tech enthusiast or simply curious about the future of gaming, join us as we explore the world of TokTok cube, with its unparalleled features about the futuristic design. It's a device that sure leave a lasting impressions. Get ready to revolutionize your cube solving experience. The future is here, and it's called the TokTok cube.
Breaking news. A missing person report has been filed past to the police department, and it seems like a YouTuber named Scientific Cuber has been missing for a while.
We all like hamburgers, we all like Rubik's Cubes. If you combine the both, Rubik's hamburger. And of course the objective is to get it back to its solved shape. But it gets last place because I tried to eat it and it doesn't taste like a real hamburger. Number 9 is the Slice Cube. It's like a normal Rubik's Cube, but the pieces are shaped differently. At first glance, it may seem like this is a very innocent cube, but when put into context, it really isn't, because if you turn it, it creates the spikes that just cut you. I've solved it one time, and it gave me a free ticket to the hospital. And that's why it's number 9 on the list, because it's not cool going to the hospital. But now, for all of my rich followers out there, we have in number 8, the Metallic Cube. It is so expensive that you can even buy a car with it. And it turns like a normal Rubik's Cube would. Kinda stupid, to be honest. And that's why it's only number 8 on the list. In number 7, we have the first shape mod, the Mirror Cube. Basically, instead of the colors being different, all the pieces have different shapes, so that when you scramble it, it looks like this. Remember the metallic cube made with plastic? Well, this is a real metal cube. It weighs 294 grams. And for some reason, it has to be stickered. I mean, some people may like that it's a stickered cube, but I don't really like it, so that's why it gets 6th place. Now, number 5 is really interesting, because it's probably the most difficult puzzle on the list. And it's so hard that I had to disassemble the cube and put it back together. And that's why it gets number 5 on the list. But at number 4, guys, we have my personal favorite, the Gear Cube. Isn't it supposed to get number 1 then? Well, yeah, it should. But it doesn't really count because it's not a real Rubik's Cube. A scrambled Gear Cube looks amazing. And solving it is just... yeah, it's not really that fun. It's just doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's just pretty boring. And that's why it gets number 4. I mean, it just makes you want to roar. Yeah, and I put it in the drawer because I'm just gonna ignore it. Yeah. On number 3, we have the Brain Cube. This is probably the most unusual cube and the most unique one. It's not a real brain, so chill out, guys. I know, I saw it too and I was like, what? The goal is basically to align all the grooves and make it back to a solved brain. Something that I really like about this cube is that it's a solved cube, and that's comfortable. But guys, are you ready for number 2? Because I present to you Super Mega Huge Cube. This cube is very similar to the 3x3 format. The only real difference here is the size. But that's basically the only difference. Something that is not so beneficial about this cube is that it's very big, and because of that, it can be very dangerous. Let's say it falls on your foot. You're done. Number 1 from the list, and the winner of the coolest Rubik's Cube mods is smallest Rubik's Cube from Cube Labs. This thing is amazing. An ancient relic, a mysterious artifact from a long time past, and holding it in your hands. It's weighty, solid, a testament to the craftsmanship of yesterday. Years now, picture a state-of-the-art device, sleek, smooth, and efficient, a symbol of today's technology paralysis. That's the differences between the old generation's cubes and their new generation counterparts. Hailing from the time when the Rubik's Cube was first made, its sessional debut were the marvel in their own right. They were the pioneers, the trailblazers, that sparked a global craze. These cubes were crafted with traditional materials like plastic and metal, had a tangible heft to them. They were tangible, tactical, and offered a sensory experience that was as much about the physical manipulation as it was about solving the puzzle. Their design was straightforward. The standard 3x3 cube with its 6 different colors was the norm. It was a simple concept, but one that required ingenuity and strategy to solve. The old generation cubes were the stuff of legends, with competitions and records that still holds a special place in the heart of enthusiasts. Fast forward to the present day, and the new generation cubes have taken center stage. They're not just puzzles, they're feats of engineering, made with lightweight materials and designed for optimum speed and precision. These cubes are meant for the fast pace and the competitive world of speed cubing. The new generation cubes have evolved beyond the standard 2x2 format. There are 2x2 cubes, 4x4 cubes, and even more complex variations. Some have different shapes, like the Pyramix and Megamix, pushing the boundaries of what a cube puzzle can be. They're designed for smooth, swift movements with specially designed mechanisms that allow for faster turns and better performance. So the question arises, which is better, the old generations or the new generation cubes? Well, it's a matter of perspective. If you appreciate the nostalgic, the tactical experience, and the straightforward challenge of the old generation cubes, then they hold a charm that the new generation's cubes can replicate. On the other hand, if you're drawn to the speed, the precision, and the very challenges of the new generation cube, then they offer an experience that's unparalleled. In its intensity and complexity, the very challenges of the new generation cubes, then they offer an experience that's unparalleled. In its intensity and complexity, in the end, it's not about which generation of cubes is objectively better, it's about what they represent. The old generation cubes are a testament to the ingenuity of the past, while the new generation cubes symbolizes the innovation and progress of the present. They are two sides of the same cube, each with its own unique appeal. So whether you're a fan of the old or the new, remember, the joy of the cube lies not in the cube itself, but the joy the cube brings. My goals as a YouTuber is written in this book, and today we are going to read them and find out what I wrote and why I wrote it. And yeah, on the first page it says that I want to change my video quality and I want to change a lot of mistakes I normally make in my normal videos and normally never correct because I'm too lazy. Okay, besides that, we're done with the first goal and now we gotta go for the second and also the third one, so yeah. On the second page, it says that to never give up on making entertaining videos and making you guys happy and myself happy because I get so happy when I make videos. Now that we're done with the first goal and the second goal, let's move on to the third goal. For the last goal, I just want to say that I'm so thankful for all the support this channel has reached. For a way to say thank you, I just want to say that I'm so happy for all the stuff you have done in my channel. Because of this, I'm going to make more quality videos and I'm going to make more variations of my videos and break down the steps and make it more clear than I normally would in a normal video. So I'm going to make my videos more clear with better quality and more variations of the video. But now that we advanced to finish with the first goal, the second and third, it only comes up to one thing. If there's one thing I haven't shared in this video, it's my sincere gratitude, because when I first decided to make a channel, I was unencouraged. Wondering why? Well, this had happened to me before. I had a channel. Today I'm not going to talk about that channel because that's for another video, so yeah. Whatsoever, I gave up quickly because I didn't like the videos I did, because I did them because they used to get views, but I didn't really know anything about cubing. I just solved Rubik's Cubes. And the reason why I wanted to start this channel is because I first thought of you guys. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have an audience and I can teach them how to solve the Rubik's Cube. By the way, new tutorials are coming soon. So you guys' support is basically everything for me. Because if you guys wouldn't be here, I wouldn't even start this channel. I wouldn't even thought about that. So I'm very, very grateful for that. And you guys' support makes me want to keep on going and eager to not give up. Hey Cubing community, as we bid farewell to 2023, I wanted to share some exciting plans for the new year and reflect on some memorable moments, especially with the Gan 11 and Pro. As we step into 2024, I've got some exciting plans. For the first 3 weeks, I'll be diving into New Year special content. Expect videos filled with celebration and joy. Then for the following 2 weeks, I'll be back for regular programming, delivering high quality videos that I hope you'll enjoy. First off, let me talk about the Gan 11 and Pro, a cube that's been a game changer for me. The tactical feel and the surface of the cube are truly something else. The statics, simply stunning. Unboxing, it was an experience in itself, filled with anticipation and joy. However, I've noticed a minor hiccup. The adjustment system, while the cube feels fantastic during solve, a word of caution when adjusting too quickly or roughly, some of the settings tend to pop out. Before we step into the new year, I want to express my sincere gratitude for all the support my channel has received. Your encouragement keeps this community vibrant and thriving, and I can't thank you enough for that. But that's not all. Brace yourself for significant changes on the channel. I'll be diving into comparisons, reviews, algorithms, tutorials, and more. My goal is to evaluate the quality of my content, and yes, it might have a big impact on my subscriber count, but I'm aiming for the best. So here's a fantastic new year filled with cubing adventures, learning, and positive changes. Get ready for the incredible journey ahead. And as always, thanks for being a part of this amazing community. Happy cubing and happy new year. This is most basically a recap of all of the stuff that happened in 2023, but also telling you guys what's going to happen in the future. So yeah, this is basically like an announcement about my channel. So yeah, I'm so happy that we reached here. So before I leave, I just want to say thank you for all the support this channel has gotten, and yeah, bye guys. I hope you have a wonderful, happy new year, and yeah. Let me talk about the Gan 11 and Pro, a cube that's been a game changer for my opinion. The tactical feel and the surface of the cube are truly something else. The aesthetics, you may ask? Well, the simply a stunning unboxing, it was an experience. Before this video ends, I just want to marry you what? What? In today's video, we're going to look forward to see if we can find out if Rubik's Cubes have big effects on your brain and can help you solve real-life problems. To find this out, we need to find out if solving a Rubik's Cube gives a positive effect on cognitive development. Basically, we need to find out if this improves their problem-solving, spatial reasoning, analytical, and math skills. In my book, I think this is true not only because of the improvement of memory, but also because of the helps of developing problem-solving skills, enhance brain and hand-eye coordination and reflexes, instills confidence, improves concentration, boosts patience and perseverance, and stress reduction. These are all examples from Google on when they think that Rubik's Cube improves your knowledge on the world. In my opinion, I think that the Rubik's Cube is not just a fun and challenging activity, but it also has many benefits on your brain. One example is that it reduces stress and anxiety and improves your problem-solving skills, are all examples from my opinion on why I think that Rubik's Cube improves your knowledge on the world. But it actually depends the type of cuber you are. One example is that most cubers and non-cubers think the same thing that I do, but a small percentage of non-cubers think the exact opposite from what I think, because in that small percentage of non-cubers might think that because you know how to solve the Rubik's Cube, you're so smart, so you already know everything about the world, and that solving the Rubik's Cube is not going to help you get any better. On solving real-life problems, they might even think that if you stop for like 10 years, you'll still be able to solve it. But that's actually very far from truth, because there's an algorithm that most cubers forget about. when they stop or get bored at solving the Rubik's Cube for like 2 weeks, and then they forget how to solve the OLL. Because I actually experienced this before, because I broke my main cube and I couldn't cube for like a month, and then I forgot how to solve it. But yeah, that's all of the experiences that I had. And yeah, bye guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, bye. What's up, curious minds? Before this video starts, I just want to give a huge shout out to Mauricio for being an amazing friend and supporting my channel. Also, he's looking forward to making a YouTube channel, making gaming videos, and yeah. So as soon as possible as he does, I'm going to put his YouTube channel in my description. So yeah. What's up, curious minds? Today in this video we are going to find out if the 356ME is still the best cube of 2023 and if it's better than the previous release. I already made a video about the 356M, but today I'm going to make one about the 356ME, which is the upgraded version of the 356M. So if you want to check that video out, it will be in my description so you can have a clear idea on the video. This is basically a part 2. At first glance, people would think that only differences about the cube is the price and the magnets. But that's not quite true, or is it? I want you to compare these two pictures. 356ME, 356M. I understand that they both are pretty similar, but one difference is the features. Like, for example, the magnets and the internals are a lot different from both of the cubes. Also, something that's also different from both of the cubes is that there's a lot of variations between the 356ME. An example for this is that the 356ME brings the matte version, soft version, also the black internals version, and also the UV coated version and the soft version, which I already said. And this is something that speedy cubers are happy about because they're getting more options for the same cube. In my opinion, I think this cube is wonderful and it's better than any cube in the market except the 11 and Pro. I honestly thought that Gan was over with the 356s. This catch me off guard, not only because Gan wanted to go back to its previous release. I also not only think this because it was the old generation of its cube, but also because there has been a lot of variations of the same cube. Before this version was launched, I didn't expect nothing from them. Something that's also very wonderful about this cube is that it's a maglev version. It's only $8 more than the previous version of it. From it being maglev and only $8 more than the previous release, I think it's wonderful, and it can be a wonderful Christmas gift for you, your friend, or your family, or whatever. So yeah, I do recommend this cube a lot, and it's a very high quality cube, and the price isn't that much. It's only about $35, which is not that much. Also, something that I'm gonna say before I leave is that if you wanna get shouted on one of my videos, just comment down below or tell me if you know me in real life. And yeah, I'll shout you out in the video. Bye. Have you ever questioned, does the cube I have determine how good I am? Well, if this is you, do not worry, because today, I'm simply going to be explaining to you guys if whether cubes help you get a better average and improve on your cube solves. For example, let's say you have a walking $2 cube and a walking $20 cube. Is there a difference? Well, yeah, there can be a difference. Because not only is the price of the cube different, but also the quality of the cube. It's something different comparing a cube of $2 to a cube of $20. But there can be a bigger difference. And that bigger difference that I'm talking about is either very positive or very negative. And this is my point. At first, you may think that the most expensive cube has a better quality, or that the cheaper cube has a better quantity. But either one you choose, you'll be wrong, because cheaper cubes can be better, or they can be worse. More expensive cubes can be better, or they can be a scam. But which one is better though? Well, my point here is that the $20 cube can be the Rubik's Cube one, which is not that good. And if you compare it to a cube that costs $2 to $4, which can be a speed cube, it will be much better than speed cube. It is just a positive effect. Another comparison can be, an example can be a Gan Cube that costs $19 and is actually very good. It's magnetic, you can get a lot of stuff, it's smooth, but the least expensive one can be a little bit worse than the more expensive one because it doesn't have magnet, maybe it doesn't have the smooth surface, the UV coating, or a lot more. But that's besides this video. But our main focus is telling which one is better. Well, in my opinion, the one with the Rubik's Cube one is worse. Why? Well, because of the effect of you going to a supermarket and looking for a cube and you find the Rubik's Cube brand one. And then you go home and see that it's not that good and the quality is not that good, even if it was $20. So you go home disappointed that you got scammed by a company that makes cubes and makes them overpriced. Well, Well, on the other side, you might get a more expensive cube that has a lot more of stuff. You can also get a cheaper one that has magnets. But either one, speedy cubes are the best options for getting a cube. In your first cube, you want to be fast and learn quick. So yeah, that's my tips. So the answer is yes, cubes affect your time. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye. What's up, curious minds? Today, I'm going to be discussing on whether the skills in the Tornado V3 compared to other cubes. One example is Gan, and another example is Moyu. I mean, all of you had a big impact on the cubing community. Moyu from being a very, very good puzzle with a cheap price, and Gan being a very high quality cube. But does Gan trespass the goodness of the Tornado V3? Let's find out. To first start this investigation, we need to compare every single one of you and see the advantages and disadvantages of having you and buying you. So yes. So let's first start with Moyu. Moyu has been a very good brand of a cube that many people have used, but the price is very low, which the cube is very good but not as good as the other. You're out, I'm sorry. Now, we only have Gan and the Tornado V3 in, so yeah. You and the Tornado V3 will be battling right now, and I'm going to be comparing each other by its history and information. Don't have any ideas on what I'm talking about? Don't worry. Because today, I'm also going to be helping you guys if you guys don't understand what I'm saying or what the topic of the video is about, because sometimes I don't make it that clear. Because I'm feeling very generous and very happy today, I'm going to provide you with a lot of details on whether if the Tornado V3 is still the 2023 best release. That's the topic of the video. So if you want to see if the Tornado V3 is still the best release in 2023, make sure to watch this whole video because I'm going to be explaining it step by step, slowly, and my voice is going to be slow. So yeah. These two interesting cubes, Gan and also the Tornado V3, have been one of the best releases on the public of the cubing community. Everybody has used it and been so happy about it. And yeah, but there's one problem. Well, both cubes have excellent potential and a lot of potential. Yeah, but there's just one problem with the Gan. Gans are very expensive, $80, $60, $70. They can even come up to $120. Why? Because they connect to your phone, you can charge it, you can do a lot of stuff, which is not in other cubes. The Tornado V3 has a matte finish which is very good. It's exactly like butter. It's very smooth and even more enjoyable than Gan, in my opinion. Well, Gan has also an extra point for making it 10 grams less than the other one and having such a good quality of cube. It has matte finish, it has UV coated. If you don't understand nothing about matte finish or for example the UV coated finish, well, if you don't get this, it means like when you touch the cube, if it's matte, it's like, for example, it can be, for example, cars have this too. There's matte versions of car which have a rough, touchable setting, and the metallic versions are slippery and a little bit better. So yeah. But is this good or bad for the cubes, and what are the differences? Well, the matte version one, it's kind of bad for the cube because it can get easily scratched, it'll fall down your hand like 1,000 times, and you will never get your PV, which is best like time. But if the other side, the UV coated one, is so good. When you touch it feels so good. It's not slippery, it's fast, it's controllable, and also it doesn't slip from your hand and it doesn't get scratched easily like the matte version. This is one of the best materials and the Gan cubing community. Well, yeah, so Gan gets another point. Now they're tied. Wow. Now, to see which one is better, I'm going to be measuring it. I'm going to do 10 solves with the Gan Cube and 10 solves with the Tornado V3. Let's see who wins. So I did 10 solves with the Gan Cube and I did 10 solves with the Tornado V3. And guess who won? The Tornado V3 won! So congratulations to the Tornado V3 that won. Thank you for making this awesome cube. And yeah. Also, the Tornado V3 was also made from the Gan maker, so that's kind of cool. So, yeah, bye guys. Have you ever gotten tired of using the same old cube? If this is you, you're in the right video. Because today I'm going to be talking about smart cubes. And yes, you heard it right, smart cubes. Believe it or not, smart cubes have become a big thing this year. Just like Tesla became a big thing, so did smart cubes. They both were a very unexpected release that no one saw coming. But are you sure you want to pay an exaggerated amount of money? Let's find out. This is not a normal price on normal smart cubes, but this is $363. I don't know why this is so expensive, or exactly what was the guy thinking when he was going to sell it, because that exact cube is literally cost like 50 times less than that. I don't really know the portion that he was thinking. Why was he thinking a higher number when they can invest their money on these cubes? Also, the fact that this cube used to be cost $660 is flipping me out because I'm actually mad. And this has a major impact on the people that don't know the exact price of the cube. They end up getting ripped off. But that's when you have me,
the cube exposer. So don't try me, I'll expose you.
That was not in the script.
Shut up, scientific cuber, or I'm going to take over the world. I'm going to take Spider-Mans and your friends.
But I just called you to help me. I needed this for a video.
I warned you, now I'm going to take over the world.
No! Ah, you again. Batman, why are you here?
Oh, you chicken, let's fight. Whoever wins, as I win, I get to take 'em and rule the world. And if you win, you get to take 'em.
But kid, get out. You don't want to see this. Okay. Come on, Spider-Man. You can do this. Come on. What's up, Curious Minds? Today, I'm going to be reviewing the 356M Gan Cube. And for the people that don't know what that is a brand of a cube that's called Gan. Gan is like the Rubik's Cube of Apple. Like, they launch new cubes, and those new cubes have different names. For example, this one is called the 356M Gan Cube. Why? Because that's the model of the cube. So the newest one is the 13M Pro. Also, only because the name is longer, it doesn't mean that the cube would be a newer version of the other one. But that's not true at all. Matter of fact, the cube I was talking about was made in 2018, and the new one was made in 2023, so yeah. But today's main goal is to review the 356M Gan Cube. So I already have the cube, so it's better for me to explain it because I already have the experience of it. So the cube itself is pretty good. Not only that, but it comes in a cheap price of just $20, which is kind of cheap, referring to the other Gan Cubes that are a higher price than the 356M Gan Cube. But is this an advantage? Well, it is, because our generation is growing. Round of applause. Gan is growing throughout the years. Gan has been known for an expensive brand of cubes, but it didn't change until 2020 came by. This year was kind of a bad year for people, but it was a good year for the cubing community. Why? Because everything started to get cheaper. I don't mean everything, but I mean the Gan. They created a couple Gan cubes that were actually budget cubes, which were in a cheaper price. Some cubes were even $15. Can you believe that? When they were $50 back then. But of course, they weren't magnetic. But the one that I'm talking about, it is magnetic, which is very cool for just a low price of $20. Isn't that cool? So I highly do recommend the cube for people to buy. There's so many stuff you can do with a cube just for $20. Like, you can customize it, you can do anything with it. But let me go to the side of the store. Some of the expensive cubes are better than the cheaper cubes, of course, but not for a lot. Like, for example, the $120 Gan Cube, which is crazy, is so expensive. It has a lot to offer. Like, I mean a lot. For example, you can play online with other people wherever you want. You can be in Africa and be playing with somebody that is in Canada. Like, it's crazy. You can battle with other people, you can play with other people, you can play by your own, you can practice, you can do obstacles and more. But before you buy your first cube, make sure that the reviews are high and that people are talking good about the cube and not bad about the cube. So yeah, bye guys. Before this video starts, make sure to subscribe and like this video. So today I'm going to be talking about how much possible combinations exist on the cubing world. So we all know that the Rubik's Cube is consistent into having 6 faces and 26 pieces combined in all. So because of this, it has a lot of scrambles and possible combinations. But our main focus is how much possible scrambles exist on the cubing world. So first we need to make an hypothesis on the main point to try to figure out our arguments and debates. So because the Rubik's Cube has 6 faces and 26 combined pieces, oh, I got it, like a million? I don't know. Maybe like, oh, Jonathan, is actually like 2 million, right? Yeah, it's 2 million. Good guess, but it's a little bit bigger. It's not that small, okay? The number is higher. Oh, I got it, 300,000. Bro, that's literally less. Okay, Timmy, shut up. I think it's actually 200. Yeah, I think it's 200 combinations. Yeah, it's 200. Bro, the guy literally said it's bigger than 2 million. Like, bro, 200 is literally less. Come on, man. Thank you for saying that, Matthew, to the other kids because they're actually retarded. So, I was going to say the actual number, but these guys are not letting me.
But that was 200!
Shut up, Timmy.
Actually, I don't shut up, I grow up. And when I see you, I grow up.
Shut the hell! Okay, seriously, the actual number is actually more surprisingly more than you guys thought. And I have proof to back up my point. So it's actually more than 43 quadrillion ways to scramble. It's 43 quadrillion, 252 million, 3.9, 272, 9, 492, 246, So yeah, that's the actual number. Bye. Before this video starts, make sure to subscribe and like this video. So today I'm going to be discussing with you guys how long it took me to solve the Rubik's Cube. It was pretty hard at first, I'm not going to lie to you. So I'm going to be giving you information on how I learned, why I learned, and how long it took me to learn. So when I was little, when I saw people solving the Rubik's Cube, I was like, what? Are they geniuses? Are they Einstein or something? So that same day, I went at home and searched in my search bar, in YouTube search bar, and I searched how to solve the Rubik's Cube. Because of this, I went in a couple of videos, and all of the videos, I'm not going to lie to you, they were so bad. Like the explanations and everything was so bad. Like, yeah, I'm going to admit it. They were pretty good at moving the cube. I'm not going to lie, they were pretty advanced. But only because you know doesn't mean the other people know. Only because you know doesn't mean that the other viewers will understand the explanation you're doing. That's advanced. So finally, without the suffering, the other time I went, there was finally a good video. Like, I think this guy is a genius, bro. Like, this guy teached it so well and like so basic. So because of this, I learned it in a couple days later of the guy's explanation. And no, it wasn't J-Perm. It was a better person that knew how to solve it and teach it well. Like, after that day, I remember I went to the couch and I felt like I won a world record, bro. I was so proud of myself. I remember that I also showed my parents and they were so impressed. They were like, what? So that day was my best experience on this world, man. It was the best day. I guess I'm not a disappointment anymore. Let's go! I'm actually worth something. That was the exact words I said after I solved it. Isn't that cool? What's up, curious minds? Today we're going to be discussing if you should ever buy the new 14M Pro Gan. This is going to be a long ride, fellows. So make sure to focus throughout the video. And make sure to not get lost. Now, let's get into the video. So the new cube has a lot of equipment. For example, it has this Gan bag, which is pretty cool, but that's not all. It also has an adjustment tool to put the magnets on or off. Also brings a lot of adjustment tools. But is all of this stuff actually useful? Let's find out. So let's talk about the main cube. The main cube is very good and everything, but there's just one problem. And that one problem is that the cube is extremely fast and uncontrollable. But scientific cuber, isn't it better if it's faster? Correct, but in this case, it isn't really of being faster or slower. It's most of the controllable speed of the cube. And it also depends on the style you turn your Rubik's Cube. For example, you can move your Rubik's Cube very hard and very fast, or either very soft and very controllable. But in my opinion, it doesn't really come in handy for me because I have a lot of experience on solving the Rubik's Cube. So when I am in the last step, it always gives me, like, I just want to solve it very fast. So because of that, the cube does not turn well. Correct. And this happens because it gets stuck because you turn it very fast and very harsh. And the cube gets stuck. But in this case, in the 14M Pro Cube, it does it a little bit worse because when you turn the cube, the magnets make the force to the cube to come back of the piece you turn. And it makes the cube get stuck. So this is not good for people that turn it very hard. So what we learned here is that you should buy the cube. Well, it's your decision. Make your decision. Well, there's some Gan cubes that are different, but look, if you're a soft cuber, it comes in handy because you turn it very controllable. And the other side, which is the opposite, if you don't, it's going to go uncontrollable. I'm not telling you guys to buy it or not. Do whatever you want. I'm not going to force you because that's rude. So yeah, bye guys. Before this video starts, make sure to subscribe and like this video. So I'm gonna be seeing you guys in the vid. So today we're gonna be talking about this rumor that hair is positioned in your Rubik's Cube. So first, we need to find out if the rumor is true. Secondly, we need to find out what causes the cube to have hair. And last but not least, we need to find out proof to back up our points. Now that we have information into our brains on what we need to do and our steps on what to do and how to do it. So I'm going to imply that into the research. So now with all of this information gathered into our brains, we need to make a hypothesis on what our thoughts are into the rumor. So we need to find out that. So my hypothesis into the topic is that the rumor is true. Why, you may be asking yourself? Because this is just my opinion, but me personally, I think cubers spend a lot of time cubing and trying to make their time better. So because of this, hair can come out of their heads and go into the cube. So that's my prediction. So because of my hypothesis in this specific topic, so I'm saying that yes, it is true, and I'm gonna be confirming this. Why? Well, when someone is cubing for a lot of time, and their hair can come out of the head. Yeah. So because of that, it falls into the cube, and yes, that process going into. And yeah, so my hypothesis is that if you cube a lot and you use the Rubik's Cube for a long time to try to beat your record or whatever you do in your Rubik's Cube, there's going to be hair. But let's really make sure that my hypothesis is true, because other people have other hypotheses which are kind of like meh, like not as clear. So okay, so I just went to Google and it said that it's correct, so that proves my point. So this is the outro, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So that proves my points on my hypothesis that is exactly correct. So yeah, the rumor is true. Before this video starts, make sure to subscribe and like this video. So today we're going to be deciding if you have to be smart to solve a Rubik's Cube. So first, we need to make a hypothesis on this specific topic. And we also need to share our hypothesis and see if we're correct. So now, I'm going to make my hypothesis, you're going to make your hypothesis, and yeah, let's see if our hypothesis is correct. So my hypothesis on this is that no, you don't have to be smart to solve a Rubik's Cube. Why? I'm going to explain it now. So the creator of the Rubik's Cube, it took him 1 month to solve the Rubik's Cube. Plus, he was a teacher. Teachers have to be smart, right? Also, I have done my research and it says that I'm correct. So that means that my hypothesis is correct. So, yeah, that's the right hypothesis. And also, that means that you do not have to be smart to solve a Rubik's Cube. Also, I used to think that you had to be smart. So don't feel bad if you thought you had to be smart. Because I used to think that. And also, it took me about 6 weeks to solve a Rubik's Cube. And also, I used to not be that smart. So that proves my point. Also, only because it's hard doesn't mean that only smart people can solve it. So don't feel bad if you don't know how to solve the Rubik's Cube. You're eventually gonna get it. Like I said, you don't have to be smart. I was pretty dumb back then. And I still am, so that proves my point. So I hope you guys learned something today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and Scientific Cuber, it's out. Peace. Also, never back down, never give up. Yo, what up guys, it's Scientific Cuber. Today, I'm gonna be discussing how long it took Erno Rubiks to solve the Rubik's Cube. The Rubik's Cube, yes. So, let me explain who Erno Rubiks is. So it says here that Erno Rubiks is a Hungarian inventor, architect, and professor of architecture. He is best known for the invention of the mechanical puzzle, including the Rubik's Cube. So that's what he does. I'm also going to be talking about how long it took him to solve the Rubik's Cube. So let's search that on Google. Okay, so it says in Google here that it took him 1 month later to solve the Rubik's Cube. I already knew that, but I just wanted to prove you guys. So I'm gonna be explaining to you guys why it took him about a month to solve the Rubik's Cube. So just put in your mind that there are 43 quadrillion ways you can solve the Rubik's Cube. So just imagine that. You being the guy who created the Rubik's Cube, and there's no tutorial, no way you can find out how to solve it. Yes, exactly. It wouldn't be that easy when you have technology now. But it would be very hard if you didn't have technology back then, which they did. But there wasn't no tutorial on how to solve it because he just created the Rubik's Cube, and it will be very hard when there's no tutorial and no way you can find out how to solve it. It will be very hard, wouldn't it be? I mean, it can take you years to learn how to solve it. So that answers my question. So Erno Rubiks, the guy who created the Rubik's Cube, spent a whole month not because he was lazy, not because it was hard. Well, it was very hard. So that puts my points. So I'm gonna be showing you guys how old is he and information about him. Okay, so it says here that he's 79 years old. I actually didn't know this because I thought he was dead because the Rubik's Cube was made a long time ago. So yeah. So yeah guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I didn't really know what to post, but I just posted this, which was actually a kind of good idea that I just thought of when I was showering. Yeah, kind of weird, but yeah. Scientific Cubers out. Bye. Yo, what up guys? It's your favorite YouTuber, Scientific Cuber. Today explaining if solving a Rubik's Cube is hard or hard to learn, or you need to be a nerd / smart. No, you don't have to be a nerd like I am, science at least. But you just need to be educated, not really educated. You just need to watch a couple videos and you'll get it in a couple minutes. But I'm gonna warn you guys. Solving a Rubik's Cube can be very hard at first, but don't give up, man. It's very easy when you look at it. And also, it can seem like a challenge at first, but it's not as hard as you guys think. So, also, never give up. And yeah, you should never give up on solving a Rubik's Cube because it's not that hard, okay? So, you should never, ever, ever give up. And yeah, also, most of the videos on YouTube aren't that good at teaching, but me personally, I learned from a tutorial that teaches step by step, process by process, explanation from explanation, and everything. It was very good. It explained it as easy, like an 8-year-old. I feel anyone can do it. You don't have to be smart or nerd. You don't have to be anyone. You don't have to do research, nothing. You just do it. Just do it. Yeah, so never give up. Also, you don't have to be the smartest kid on earth to do that. It isn't like the hardest thing. It isn't like hacking. No, it's not hard, okay? It's not as hard as you guys think. But when you guys already know how to do it, it's going to be very easy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this wonderful video. And I just want to say thank you for watching and bye. Yo, what's up guys? It's Scientific Cuber. Today I'm telling you guys what type of cubes you guys should be buying. And that includes some speed cubes and more. So first, let's get to the point. That all we know is that the Rubik's Cube invention was the best thing ever, but this just one problem. And that problem is that it's so expensive, it doesn't have magnets, and its turning sucks. And this is why the turning sucks. And there's better options. I have proof to back up my point. So here, I'm going to go to Amazon, okay? So let me go to Amazon. Okay, so I'm on Amazon. So I'm going to be searching Rubik's Cube so you guys can see how much it costs. Rubik's Cube, okay. $21 for just a piece of crap. This is very bad. I highly do not recommend this cube. But you should buy the speed cubes. They are much faster, less cheap, and also Gans are very good. For example, this one costs about $20, $19. It has magnets, includes a lot of items, and also turns very fast. There's cheaper ones for $14, and there's still Gan. This one is 23 and it's optional, but it doesn't matter if you're poor, like me. I'm very poor. So for example, you can be looking for speed cubes, which is the exact same thing, but like a little bit cheaper. So you can look speed cube. $7. That's so cheap. $6. $4. Like who doesn't have $4? $9. $10. $7. It's much. Look, $6. They're $5. So like I said, you guys should always buy the speed cubes, never the Rubik's cubes, because the Rubik's cubes are so expensive and bad. They suck. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye guys, and Scientific Cuber, it's out. Bam!